Psychology reviews a subtle sign women show before meeting you, and it could mean she's truly interested. Psychology has long studied the way people express attraction without directly saying it, and one of the most fascinating signs came before a meeting even happens. When a woman is truly interested, she'll unconsciously prepare herself in very specific ways that go beyond just being polite or respectful. These subtle adjustments are not random. They're deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology, signaling both attraction and intention. If you ever wondered how to tell if she's genuinely excited to see you, watch closely for the things she changes before showing up. Long before words are exchanged, face-to-face attraction leaves its footprints and behavior. A woman who's drawn to you will rarely come unprepared to meet. Instead, she'll invest extra time into her appearance, energy, and preparation. Sometimes in small but telling ways, what may look like a simple change of outfit or a carefully chosen scent is actually her subconscious communicating, I wanna making an impression. In psychology, this is referred to as a pyramiding signaling, and it's one of the strongest indicators of genuine interest. One of the clearest signs a woman is interested in you is how much thought she puts into grooming and presentation before your meeting. While this may sound superficial, psychology tells us it's much deeper. Humans by nature are wired to amplify their attractiveness when they anticipate romantic or sexual interaction. If she suddenly changes her hairstyle, applies makeup with extra care, or chooses clothing that flatters her figure, this is rarely accidental. It's a deliberate yet often subconscious choice to elevate how you perceive her. Psychological research also shows that when attraction is present, women pay closer attention to details that they might otherwise overlook. These include picking accessories, coordinating colors, and even choosing specific fragrances that create an emotional memory. These small but intentional shifts aren't about vanity. They're about psychology. They signal, I want you to notice me differently than others. If you ever notice that she seems to show up looking more radiant, stylish, or put together than usual, it's not coincidence, it's attraction at work. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more psychology backed attraction insights. Interestingly, psychology reveals that this pyramiding change isn't only physical. When a woman is excited about the person she's about to see, her mood shifts too. She may listen to upbeat music, practice smiling in the mirror, or rehearse what she wants to say. These mental and emotional preparations prime her to be more engaging and magnetic when she finally meets you. If she shows up glowing with confidence, charm, and a noticeable uplift in energy, it's a powerful sign that she's been preparing to impress specifically for you. A subtle sign that psychology points to most often is how she changes her appearance and energy before meeting up, unlike friends or colleagues where casual dress and minimal effort might suffice. A woman who's romantically interested won't leave things to chance. She'll refine her style, check her posture, and project her best self. This doesn't mean she'll necessarily overdress. In fact, the change can be subtle, like a slightly bolder lipstick, a fitted outfit, or even just a styled hair. What matters is the difference compared to how she normally presents herself. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that women who are genuinely attracted often give away their intentions before a signal word is spoken. They communicate interest through preparation. Social psychology confirms that attraction leads to investment, and the simplest way to measure that investment is the time and effort someone puts into how they present themselves. If she's willing to change her look, adjust her energy, and ensure she's showing up as her most appealing version, she's silently signaling that you're special to her. Many men misunderstand this subtle sign and overlook it because they expect verbal confirmation of attraction. But psychology teaches us that actions often speak louder than words, especially when it comes to relationships. If she takes extra time before meeting you, making sure she feels confident and looks her best, it's not just about her, it's about you. She's hoping you'll notice, appreciate, and respond. These efforts are the unspoken language of attraction. And once you learn to recognize them, they're impossible to miss. Women don't always announce their interest directly, but psychology reveals they often reveal it indirectly by shifting their prioritizes. For example, if she cancels other plans, reschedules her day, or invests in new clothes specifically before meeting you with you, it's a sign she's placing importance on your encounter. This change in prioritizes shows emotional investment, which goes hand in hand with attraction. A woman won't rearrange her world for just anyone. She does it when the connection feels meaningful. According to evolutionary psychology, these changes are part of what scientists call mating signals, just as in nature, where animals alter their appearance to attract mates. Humans engage in similar but more refined behaviors. For women, grooming, dressing well, and altering their look before a meeting is a part of this instinctual process. It's subtle yet incredibly powerful. By the time she meets you, her transformation is complete. And if you pay attention, you'll know exactly what it means. Sometimes the change is less about her look and more about the effort she puts into her environment before seeing you. If she's meeting you at her place, she may clean, decorate, or light candles. Small acts that communicate preparation and care. Psychology views this as nesting behavior, which often appears when a woman is interested in intimacy. She's not just preparing herself, she's preparing the space for connection. This is another layer of a subtle but clear sign that she wants you. It's important to understand that these signs are rarely about vanity. Instead, they reflect a psychological desire to be desired. Attraction motivates women to invest in how they look and feel because it increases the likelihood of creating a strong impression. If she's putting an effort before she meets you, she's broadcasting interest whether she openly admits it or not. These psychological cues may be subtle, but they're remarkably consistent across cultures and contexts. Interestingly, this change often becomes more obvious when compared to how she prepares to meet friends versus how she prepares to meet you. If she goes casual when hanging out with others but puts an extra effort for your encounters, that's a clear sign psychology calls this differential investment. She invests more where she sees potential reward. In this case, the reward she is hoping for is attraction, attention, and connection with you. Another key detail psychology highlights is body language after the preparation. When a woman has changed something before meeting you, she often draws a subtle attention to it. She might adjust her hair more often, compliment her own outfit, or ask for your opinion on her look. These behaviors aren't accidental, they're subconscious bids for validation. She wants to know if you've noticed because you're noticing confirms that her preparation was worth it. Research on attraction consistently shows that anticipation plays a major role in behavior. The more excited someone is to meet you, the more effort they'll put into preparation. For women, this anticipation translates into changes in appearance, grooming, and energy. If she walks in radiating positivity, smelling incredible, and looking more polished than usual, psychology suggests that it wasn't random, it was intentional and directed toward you. Some men mistakes these signs for coincidence, assuming she just wanted to look good in general. While that's sometimes true, psychology teaches us to look for patterns. If she consistently elevates her appearance specifically before meeting you, that's no coincidence. It's a repeated signal of attraction. Women don't transform themselves before every casual hangout. They reserve that energy for people who truly matter. There is also a deeper psychological layer here, self-esteem. When a woman is attracted to someone, she wants us to feel confident. That confidence often comes from making a small but significant changes before a meeting. By improving her appearance, she boosts her self-assurance, which then makes the interaction smoother and more enjoyable. Her change isn't just for you, it's for how she feels when she's around you. This dual benefit makes the preparation even more thrilling. It's not only visible changes that matter, sometimes it's the invisible ones. For example, a woman might carefully choose her perfume, lotion, or skincare routine before meeting you. While you may not consciously notice these changes, psychology shows that scents and textures play a powerful role in attraction. Subtle intimate details like this signal that she's preparing not just for conversation but for closeness. Another overlooked sign is punctuality. If she shows up on time or even early, it demonstrates that she values your time and wants to make a good impression. Psychology links punctuality to respect and anticipation. She wouldn't put in that level of effort unless she cared about the outcome. It's yet another subtle adjustment that speaks volume about her interest. Psychology also highlights how excitement before meeting someone is reacted to reverse dopamine release. This anticipation high leads women to change their behavior, mood, and appearance. If she arrives looking energized, smiling more than usual, and glowing with positivity, that's her dopamine system at work. It's not just a preparation, it's biology confirming her attraction. If you pay close attention, you'll see that women who are interested often reveal themselves long before intimacy ever happens. The subtle change before meeting up is one of the most reliable signals because it takes effort and intention. Unlike casual gestures, preparing herself for you is deliberate, consistent, and psychologically meaningful. Once you recognize this pattern, you'll never mistreat attraction the same way again. Would you like to always be the first to see our new videos? So don't forget to subscribe. Even a small, almost imperceptible details matter. She may change her hairstyle, wear slightly more makeup, or her jewelry she rarely uses. These micro adjustments, thought subtle, are powerful psychological indicators. They demonstrate her willingness to stand out for you. In psychology, this is known as self-enhancement behavior, and it's one of the clearest markers of attraction. Of course, context matters, and not every change signals attraction. But when it happens consistently before seeing you, it's hard to ignore. Psychology encourages us to look at patterns rather than isolated events. If she repeatedly prepares herself differently before meeting up, compared to when she meets others, that's the subtle sign she wants you. It's worth remembering that these behaviors are rarely conscious strategies. Most women don't sit down and decide, I change my life to signal attraction. Instead, it's instinctual. Attraction naturally motivates self-presentation, and psychology simply helps us decode the meaning behind it. Recognizing these unconscious cues gives you insight into her feelings without her needing to say a word. Ultimately, psychology reveals that when a woman wants you, she'll change something before meeting up, whether it's her appearance, her energy, or even her environment. This subtle but consistent behavior is one of the most reliable signs of attraction. If you learn to notice it, you'll be able to distinguish genuine interest from politeness, saving you time, confusion, and missed opportunities. Now you know the psychology behind the sign she wants you. Watch closely and you'll never miss it again. Thank you for watching. See you soon.